Welcome to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 13, Lesson 78, and it's the very first lesson of a brand new unit all about vocabulary and spelling. Today we tackle something that will help you every single time you read: how to figure out an unfamiliar word without ever opening a dictionary. The secret is hiding in plain sight, right in the words around it. They're called context clues. And once you learn to spot them, tricky words start giving themselves away. Let's get started. So here's a situation you run into all the time. You're reading along, and suddenly you meet a word you don't know. Now what? Here's the good news. You usually don't have to stop and grab a dictionary. Instead, look at the words around it. Those surrounding words are called the context. And the context often hints at the meaning of the mystery word. So before you reach for a dictionary, read around the word. The sentence itself is quietly handing you clues. There are 4 main kinds of context clues, and it's worth knowing each one by name. The first is a definition clue, where the sentence simply explains the word for you. The second is an example clue, where nearby examples reveal what it means. The third is a synonym clue, where a nearby word means the same thing. And the fourth is a contrast clue, where a nearby word means the opposite. 4 kinds of clues, and every one of them points you toward the meaning. Let's take them one at a time. Let's start with the most generous clue of all, the definition clue. Here, the sentence just comes right out and explains the word. Look at this. A cartographer, a map maker, drew our route. See the mystery word cartographer? Right after it, set off by commas, sit the words a map maker. Those words define it for you. So a cartographer is simply a map maker. When the sentence spells out the meaning like that, it has handed you a definition clue. Next up is the example clue. This time, the sentence gives you examples, and those examples quietly reveal the meaning. Read this. Perennials, like daisies and tulips, bloom yearly. Maybe you don't know the word perennials, but look at the examples, like daisies and tulips. You already know those are plants that come back season after season. So perennials must be plants that return year after year. The examples point you straight to the meaning. The third kind is the synonym clue. A synonym is a word that means the same thing, and writers often slip one in right next to the tricky word. Here's an example. The climb was arduous, or difficult, all the way up. Notice the little word or. It's connecting arduous to a synonym you already know, difficult. So arduous simply means difficult. That word or is a signal, often introducing a synonym that gives the meaning away. Our fourth kind is the contrast clue, and it works a little differently. Instead of telling you what the word means, it tells you the opposite. Read this. Unlike cautious Theo, Mia was brazen. The word unlike is your signal. It warns you that Mia is the opposite of cautious. So if cautious means careful, then brazen must mean the reverse, something like bold or daring. A contrast clue works by pointing at the opposite, so you figure out what the word is not. There's one more clue that's a bit more subtle, the general sense of the passage. Sometimes no single word defines or contrasts anything. Instead, the overall meaning of the sentence quietly points the way. Take this. We were famished and ate everything in sight. There's no neat synonym or opposite here. But think about the whole picture, eating everything in sight. That tells you famished must mean very hungry. When there's no obvious clue word, let the overall meaning guide you to the answer. Let's pull it all together into a simple habit. When you hit a word you don't know, run through a few quick questions. Does the sentence define it for you? Are there examples nearby that reveal it? Is there a synonym that means the same, or an opposite that points the other way? And if none of those jump out, ask what the whole passage suggests. Read around the word, and most of the time the clue is already there, waiting for you. Let's practice together. Time to practice. In this first set, I'll show you a sentence with a mystery word. Your job is to name the kind of context clue that unlocks it. A definition, an example, a synonym, or a contrast. Pause the video and decide before I reveal the answer. The chef minced or finely chopped the garlic. What kind of clue helps you here? Notice the word or followed by finely chopped, which means the same as minced. That's a synonym sitting right beside the word. So the answer is synonym clue. Citrus fruits, such as oranges and lemons, are tart. Which clue is at work? The words such as oranges and lemons hand you examples of citrus fruits. Examples like that make it an example clue. So the answer is example clue. Unlike the barren field, the garden was lush. What unlocks the word barren here? The word unlike warns you of an opposite. The garden is lush and full of life, so the field must be the reverse, empty and bare. That opposite makes it a contrast clue. So the answer is contrast clue. In this second set, use the context clue to figure out what the mystery word means. Read the whole sentence, find the clue, and choose the best meaning. Pause and try each before I answer. A philatelist, a stamp collector, spoke to our class. What does philatelist mean? Right after the word, the sentence defines it for you. A stamp collector. That's a definition clue handed to you directly. So the answer is a stamp collector. The trek, a long and tiring journey, wore us out. What does trek mean? This sentence restates it right away. A long and tiring journey. And notice how they were worn out afterward. So a trek is a long journey. So the answer is a long journey. After skipping lunch, Owen was ravenous by dinner. What does ravenous mean? There's no synonym or opposite spelled out, so use the general sense. He skipped lunch, so by dinner he'd be very hungry indeed. That tells you ravenous means extremely hungry. So the answer is extremely hungry. Let's gather up what we learned. Context is simply the words around a word, and those words often hint at what it means. There are 4 main kinds of context clues. A definition that explains the word, examples that reveal it, a synonym that means the same, and a contrast that shows the opposite. And when none of those appear, the general sense of the passage can still guide you. So the next time you meet an unfamiliar word, don't rush for a dictionary. Read around it first, and let the clues point you toward the meaning. Wonderful work today, and I'll see you in the next lesson.